Hello and welcome back to another edition of the NCCR Podcast. Today in studio you have the good twin. The bad twin is home alone.
I thought it was me.
Yeah, and next to me is the very talented, vivacious, very lovely Miss
Kim Matson.
Oh God, Kim.
Kimberly Matson.
I thought you were going to do better than this. I thought we had an
Well,
agreement.
I always like to keep your expectations lower. But every week, they're clear up here.
Always, because it's the incomparable Kim Matson. So yes, my expectation when I walk through that door and sit here in this seat, my expectation is to have that fiery Kim Matson.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. How you doing today, Kim?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am good. I'm good. I am really, really good. I'm so happy to be here in studio with you today. Even though our producer,
Me too.
Our producer, she had to
Work.
Work.
Oh, sorry. I mean, that's awesome that she had to go to work.
Yes, she had to go
Good
to work.
for you, Tammy.
She's like, Devan, this,
Do it yourself.
do it yourself today.
Get it yourself.
All right, Tammy, we miss you. Yes.
Excuse me.
Yeah, we'll see you next time. So, Kim.
Yep.
Let's dive in. I'll let you dive in.
Well, I titled Sunday's sermon, Living a Vulnerable Life. I don't know what Steve titled it, but that's what I titled it.
So living a vulnerable life, what does that entail?
Well, I mean, you know, he again was talking about being in a relationship and what that looks like, and he's covered a lot of ground, and I don't want to repeat all of that stuff, but you know, how to approach being in a relationship with somebody. I mean, it can be scary and risky and you know, full of trepidation and fear, but it can also be uplifting and lovely and generous and all of those other things. And I think for me, as I approach entering into a relationship with somebody, I feel that that's a choice that I'm going to make. I know the opposites of what that means, investing in somebody, and yeah, it can be all of those things, but I would prefer to err on the side of a positive interaction as opposed to a negative one. And that can be tricky because, you know, not everybody is super approachable, but it doesn't mean we shouldn't try and we shouldn't put our best foot forward.
So what I'm hearing you say is how to find a friend.
Yes.
Oh, that's what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then how to be one. Once you found one, how do you
be one?
How do you be one?
In case you're just catching up, that's what the true title of Pastor Steve's message was, How to Find a Friend.
Whatever.
And he came from Proverbs 18-24, along with Genesis 2:18. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on Genesis 2:18?
Well, that is, you know, God decided it wasn't good for man to be alone, so he created companionship, and and so, you know, right out of the gate, we are called to be in relationship with one another, and that hasn't changed. I mean, that is the Great Commission. That's how we get invested in that, is to be hanging out with each other and being in the Word and sharing time and meal and you know, conversation and being real with people. And that's how those deeper relationships can develop, and that provides, instead of approaching something in a fearful way, you're now approaching it in a loving way, in an honest way.
You know, I was just thinking I was going to do the real world intro. What did you start doing when life happens and everybody just get real? But you know, you said talking about making yourself being vulnerable to be a friend, putting yourself out there. I think with the what we call the Pacific Northwest freeze, you know, and the onslaught of COVID really didn't do us no No justice. It's like, okay, that really pushed that that hey, let's go make friends or be friends, pushed it farther out there, in my opinion.
I agree.
Maybe the audience out there might think differently, but you're dealing with the Northwest freeze. Then you got hit with COVID. We got hit with COVID, and so people was already standoffish in the beginning, but now it's like, let me see your test. Have you been tested?
Right. Well, anytime anybody coughs in public, it's
I know, right?
not COVID.
It's
just
so
a weather
bad now,
change.
Kim.
I mean, I've said that many times on this show. I'm like, it's foggy today, so I'm coughing and sneezing. So
It's so bad
I'm
now because we had our little get together, and Steph came back. She had a cold and stuff, but it's automatically if you got the sniffles or anything. Oh my God!
Did you test?
Did you test?
Do you need a test?
We could postpone. We could reconvene. Well, you can't necessarily with us.
Well, not with you. You gotta. It's like you're traveling the world trying to make sure everybody knows where to go. Come back and report.
It's called about being a friend. I'm trying to be friendly.
I think that's amazing.
Oh, okay. Are you a good friend?
What does that mean?
Okay.
Explain yourself.
No. It's a little inside joke. We were just talking before the show started, and it's something that Pastor Steve said in his message a few weeks ago. If you have to tell somebody that you're good, I'm a good person. You remember that?
Yeah.
Then
that's from a
probably
trashy
not.
TV show we both like to watch. I'm a good person. Turns out it was questionable commentary, but
yeah. And so if you have to tell someone that you're something, you're probably not that.
I think there might be a few exceptions.
Exception to the rules.
But I think if you're a good friend, and you don't have to explain yourself really, because it becomes evident in your
actions.
In your actions.
Yeah, it's all about that action, boss.
Just here so I don't get fined. Because I think that it shows outwardly when you are being your best friend self or anything, because actions do speak louder than words most of the time, because we've talked about that before too. Mm-hmm. People will often observe you and see how you behave before they'll be interested in interacting.
Yeah. What's sad though, there's a lot of people. I was talking with a young lady over the weekend, and she was talking about how when she goes out, she has so much anxiety in meeting people and things like that. And, I was like, hey, where's that coming from? What, is there something in your past that's triggering and stuff like that? And she was talking about, just coming from that high school, and now she's in being a young adult and working, and she didn't like that she's still in the same area because I don't know what she did in high school. I don't know. But it's like when she goes somewhere, she's panicking like, would I meet someone from my past? I was like, hey, you got to let that go.
Well, and Pastor Steve, kind of touched on that too on Sunday, because, when you're a child, it's easy to make friends. I mean, you're in a group of, by and large, about 30 people at any given time that you're interacting with. You're out, when you're little, you're out at recess playing together, and, you get invited over to somebody's house super quickly. Those, excuse me, those friendships bloom and blossom pretty quickly. And, you then kind of segue into that middle school, high school, and those things kind of start to define themselves a little differently.
Yeah.
And then, boom, the net is pulled out from under you, and you're just kind of freelancing out there. I think it is trickier to do that as an adult or a young adult. Again, if you don't have ways to plug in and people aren't, seeking you out. But you also need to seek out those opportunities. And Steve mentioned, one of those things is to go first. You be the one that is inviting. You be the one that's, asking folks to come along or walk along beside you. You prioritize your time, you invest in these people, you show your vulnerability, which is why I titled this sermon Living a Vulnerable Life. But you have to be proactive in that, and you can't just sit on the sidelines. And we're not called to sit on the sidelines. It's just the opposite.
We're called to go, called to be in community with each other.
Yeah.
And as simple as put one foot in front of the other. Soon you'll be walking out the door. Yeah.
Wow. Another lovely tidbit of song.
The Vandus Murder and the Hits.
Literally. Yeah.
Okay, Kim, I know we always leave a question for the audience. What do you have in your bag of tricks today?
I guess, what is the quality of your friendships?
Do you have that 2 a.m. friend?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wow, that's good. Also, Kim, you brought in some brown crackers today.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're a little raggedy. They're out of the box crackers, I like to call them. And because of that, they look like they've been a little tumbled around. Excuse me.
You okay over there, buddy?
And then, of course, a dark chocolate offering. And this one has chili in it.
Hold on. I got it, Kim. I got it.
Okay, wow.
You got Kermit going on. So you got the out of the box crackers, brown crackers today, and some Lindell dark chocolate to go with it.
Yes.
Yummy, 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 yummy. For my tummy.
Thank you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching and tuning in with us. Don't forget to hit that like button if you're on YouTube.
If you like it.
If you like it. Hit
if
that
you
subscribe.
don't, then don't do anything.
Or just download the app because it's in the app. That's right.
I can't hear that enough.
You know what? Before we go, as I was exiting the service, a lady came up to me. She like, I will not forget that tune now. It's in the app. I said, that's right. I hit it. I guess I hit a home run like the Mariners did. Welcome to the wild card playoffs. Wow. See you next week.